Decisions determine destiny. This is Demola Awoyele, welcoming you to this brand new year and of course to this exciting episode of Leaders Arise. I want to wish you a happy new year once again, and it's my prayer that this year will be your best year ever. And I want to thank you for joining me on this life-changing discussion on life and leadership. Once again, you are welcome. Today I want to begin a series of discussion that I have titled The Power of Decisions. The Power of Decisions. And today I want to share on a subtitle I've called Decisions Determine Destine. I believe this is not the first time you would hear a statement like that. Very popular, very common statement, but very few people live their life by the instruction of wisdom that is contained in that statement. Decisions determine destiny. Now, a new year is upon us already, year 2021, and I want to let you know today that one of your most potent weapons for creating your desired future as far as year 2021 is concerned, is the power of decisions. Decisions determine destiny. Really, you are where you are today because of the decisions you took and maybe the ones you did not take. Decisions are vehicles that lead us from where we are to where we are supposed to be. So when the man does not decide rightly, does not decide timely, he has given permission to life to treat him the way it deems fit. So one way to take charge of your destiny is to leverage the power of decision. And that's our discussion today, and it's of episodes of Leaders Arise to come. And it's my prayer that these principles we are going to be sharing today and afterwards will help you to deliver the best that this year holds for you. Now let's get started. Decisions determine destiny. The truth of the matter is, you are the creator of your own destiny. I know if you are a church folk, that might look like a blasphemy. That might look as though we are taking the place of God. And I will have to repeat that again so that you will understand what I'm saying. That you are the creator of your own destiny. Destiny has two sides. The divine side and the human side. The divine side talks about what God has ordained, what God has planned, what God has promised, and what God has concluded as far as your tomorrow is concerned. The human side talks about the responsibility that you take so that what God has ordained for you becomes a reality. And like I normally tell people, if you are a child of God, your destiny is positive. If you are a child of God, your destiny is that of a blessing. Alright, I know in this side of the world, some people replace or mistake the word destiny for fate, F-A-T-E. They say fate talks about whatever anybody has chosen from heaven, like they say in my language here. So if somebody, or I lived a poor life, maybe in year 2021, they say that is his fate. If somebody lost stuff, lost this, lost that, they will say that was that person's fate. All right. But you must understand that as a child of God, there is nothing like fate, F-A-T-E. There is only what I call destiny. And the destiny that God has for you is altogether lovely, altogether good, altogether perfect, and altogether glorious. Jeremiah 29 verse 11 says, I know the thought that I think towards you, thoughts of good and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope. One version says to bring you into an expected end. So whether you like it or not, there is something that God has ordained for your life, and that thing is positive. That thing is glorious. So that is the divine side of destiny. The positive future that God has cut out or earmarked for you. But you and I know that the fact that God has got a great plan and a great future for people, not everybody actually become what God has ordained for them. For example, in year 2021, God sure knows the thoughts that He thinks towards you. It's a thought of good and not of evil. There is greatness in your 2021. There is success. There is breakthrough. There are miracles. There are testimonies that are lined up for you. And that talks about your destiny. All right. That is the divine side. But you know, again, like I said, that the fact that God has planned such a wonderful stuff for you does not mean that that person will get it. So it does mean that everybody has to create his own destiny by the decision that that person is making. And that's what I meant by you are the creator of your own destiny. Because destiny has two sides, the divine side and the human side. The divine side is what God has ordained and concluded before the foundation of the world. Hebrews chapter 4 verse 3 says the works were finished from the foundation of the world. And like I tell people, you must stop disturbing yourself about the divine side of your destiny. He has concluded that even before you were born. What you have got to do is to take charge, as it were, of the human side or the physical side of your destiny. And one way to take charge of your destiny is to leverage the power of decision. Is to leverage the power of decision. And let me reiterate what I said again, that decisions are your vehicles to your tomorrow. Decisions are the bridge between today and tomorrow. Decisions are the bridge between what is and what should be. And as year 2021 is your starting for all of us, your decisions will determine how year 2021 will end for you. And let me remind you again that God has brought great plan, God has brought great promises for you as far as year 2021 is concerned. But never forget that you will determine if those plans, if those promises, if those prophecies would materialize. And one way to determine that is to ensure that you are making decisions alongside your destiny. And let me say this very quickly, that the next step to take after you discover your destiny is to start taking decisions that will lead you to that destiny. The reason why a lot of people are failing today is because they are taking decisions that negate their destiny. Some are doing that because they do not know their destiny, while others actually know their destiny, but they have not leveraged the discipline that they need to leverage so that they will take decisions that are commensurate with the destiny that God has planned for them. So my charge for you today on Leaders Arise is to understand that you are the creator of your destiny in year 2021. You are the creator of your realities as far as year 2021 is concerned. And the way to create your destiny, the way to create your reality in year 2021 is to leverage the power of decision. In Joel chapter 3 verse 14, the scripture says, there are multitudes in the valley of decisions. And that's the way life is really. What separates multitudes from excellent people is the power of decision. Wherever you see multitudes that are wallowing in failure, all right, operating in the valley side of life, you really are seeing people who are undecided. Because decisions has the power to take you from the valley side of life to the mountain top in life. Joel 3:14, he said there are multitudes that are the valley or in the valley of decision. It's my prayer for you that you won't be among those multitudes who are undecided. They have come to that point where they need to decide their reality, but they are still hesitating to make the right decision. Some can't make the right decision to give their life to Jesus, for instance, they are still postponing it, they are still procrastinating. Some are undecided as to the kind of church they should attend. They are still prostituting from one church to another. Some are still double dating or multi-dating, jumping from one lady to another, from one man to another, from man to man, because they have not made decision as to who they really need to settle down with based on their revealed destiny. Some are still undecided about the kind of business they will do in year 2021. To them, whatever business come my way, I'm going to do it. But life doesn't work like that. If you allow life to decide for you, you cannot be too sure that life will decide for you alongside your destiny. So one way to take back your destiny from the dictatorship of life is to leverage the power of decision. And that's why I'm going to be hanging it on today's episode of Leaders Arise, encouraging you that year 2021 is set before you. You have the power under God to decide your realities as far as year 2021 is concerned. And like I always tell people, I know this is the day 4, the 4th day of year 2021. I would say that the sheets are still empty. We still have 361 empty pages of year 2021 waiting to be written. I don't know how you wrote the past 4 days. I don't know how you wrote the past couple of days or hours. But I want to let you know today that you still have 361 pages of year 2021 that is waiting for you to fill it the way you want it to be filled. And that is what decisions will actually help you to do. Because everybody has got a blank page or blank pages in life. You will determine the content of that page. Everybody has got 365 clean sheets in year 2021. You will determine what will fill up those pages. I don't care what your year 2020 look like, but I do care what year 2021 has in stock for you. And that's why I'm charging and encouraging you today that don't just let life happen to you. Go right there and happen to life. Don't just take whatever life brings. Go right there and decide what you really want out of life. And when you decide what you really want out of life, you have started to take charge of your own destiny and create your own reality. I hope today's episode of Leaders Arise has been a blessing to you. I want to encourage you to apply this principle that I've just shared with you in different areas of your life. Make quality decisions that will secure your destiny of greatness in year 2021. And never forget that there are multitudes in the valley of decision waiting for things to happen rather than making things to happen. You will make things to happen in year 2021 because as far as God is concerned, your destiny is great, your destiny is positive, but you now need to cooperate with God by leveraging the power of decision to create the reality that you want to see in year 2021. Thank you for joining me in today's episode of Leaders Arise. I look forward to another great time with you as we continue on this life-changing discussion on the power of decisions. Never forget that decisions determine destiny. Go right there and make quality decisions as you secure your destiny of greatness. I am Demola Awoyele, wishing you the best of God in this new year. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.